Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us again this morning, following what we have already done yesterday. So we're going to keep on thinking about this notion of trust. This is what brings us together. And I'm not going to do another introduction because this was done yesterday morning by Léna Géron and Céline Romainville. So we're going to start in a few minutes with the first panel. But a few words, though, to set the background. First, a technical point. Don't forget that there are some headsets and receivers available for translation into French or into English. Don't hesitate to use that because we have very well-performing interpreters. They've been doing an excellent job since yesterday. We'd like to thank them for this. So I won't do a long introduction, just a few things. Trust is above all a relationship between different people, voters, the parliaments, governments, parliaments, the trustees and trustees, said Céline and Elena in their presentation, and a relationship between A and B, as Raquel said in her philosophical presentation. So what stands out of our debate tomorrow is that there are several possible definitions. Everybody agrees to say that there isn't a single definition, and we agree to say that they're not necessarily exclusive definitions. Several definitions can coexist. So it stands out also that distrust is not necessarily an issue in itself. To a certain extent, it's not an issue. For many speakers, it's desirable to a certain extent for many speakers because there were some divergent opinions expressed yesterday, and it also comes out of what we said yesterday, that trust is difficult to produce, to build, and it's difficult to know how to build trust. And we can see that we see many attempts to build trust through legal standards. And as far as I know, we don't have empirical proof or evidence that it works. And it's not enough to influence behaviors or to trigger some behaviors. So it's we're not sure that we can produce or build, trigger some feelings. So we'll see whether there are new recipes proposed during the day. So before I introduce this first panel of the day, some important communication for the speakers, but for you and those who don't have the opportunity to be here, is that following this conference, we are going to draft a collective document. So we have an agreement with Brill publisher, and so all the speakers who have contributed to this conference, we already mentioned it in writing, but we repeat it officially. We expect and we do hope that you will be able to produce some written contribution that will be included in this bilingual book, French-English, that will be published in a few months. So we'll come back to this, but it's important to know that this will be the result of this conference. So two panels today. First panel called Trust, Public Action and Government. So we'll look at the state and the way it operates. Jean-Benoît Pillet is the chairman of this panel. He comes from the University of Brussels, where he is a member of CEVIPOL, as Émilie Van Oot, who did the conclusions last night. He specialized in issues related to political parties, democracy, elections, so very important issues related to our topic today. So thank you for chairing this panel. In the afternoon, the topic will be the relationship of confidence between parliament and government. So we will highlight a particular relationship between two different levels of power, the government and the parliament, but unfortunately We were not very lucky for this Friday afternoon because we have two people who called in sick. Christophe Mellers, unfortunately, could not come from Germany to be a member of this panel and share his knowledge, and the one who had to was supposed to chair this panel, Caroline Sagesser from the CRISP, unfortunately cannot come, and fortunately we have amazing people, and I would like to thank them on behalf of the organizers. We found a solution. Mr. Xavier Minim, State Councillor, will replace Caroline Sagesser. And for the general conclusions, we had also some unexpected issue. Mr. Henri Tavoyot unfortunately could not be with us today. So Hugues Dumont yesterday at 6 p.m. Accepted to fill in for the conclusion. So thank you very much for this. That will be it for me. Thank you for being here. Do not hesitate to ask questions. We had very rich debates yesterday, and I hope it will be the same today. And I'm going to sit because I'm also a speaker in this panel.